All right, I got some good ones for y'all today. I've got some good ones. Now, we all know that cruise passengers, they know way more than the captain does when it comes to the safety of his vessel. Well, at least according to this passenger, they know more than the captain does. The buffet, well, they don't have the kind of cereal that my kids want to eat, and that must change. And cruising during a hurricane, well, you know what? That causes itinerary changes sometimes. You chose to take the cruise, and when a hurricane comes and something happens, well, you know what? The cruise lines can't just shift their schedule to suit you. But we have a passenger that believes they should have. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. All right, I got 3 new cruise comments for you guys this week. 3 people who know what is right for cruising, what is right for other cruisers. In one case, I got one that believes they know more than the captain does when it comes to the safety of vessels. I am on the Magic with my girlfriend. We were supposed to be in Bermuda for 2 days. We were told that we would get 1 less day in port. We were told that the ship would leave Bermuda on Wednesday night. Thursday was supposed to be Bermuda Day as well. We had a beach day booked, and the hotel is saying we will not get a refund. This is crazy. If a storm is coming, then the safest place for the boat to be is in the port. Why does our captain not see that? We were told there would be no help for our hotel refund and no compensation from Carnival. Is this the way you operate customer service? I bet the casino will be open, money grubbing, but not helping me, us, your customers. All right, so let's break this one down here a little bit. They're in Bermuda, supposed to be there for 2 days. A storm is coming, so the ship has to leave a day earlier. First of all, the safest place for a cruise ship is never at the cruise port. You will never see a ship stay in the cruise port. If a major storm is coming, they will always go to sea because the safest place for a cruise ship to be is sailing away from the storm. And believe me, they just don't hand out cruise ships to random people walking down the road like, hey sir, excuse me, would you like to captain a cruise ship? No, these people have a lot of training, a lot of experience before they become a captain, and they know what the safest option is. All right, and number 2, you booked at a hotel resort. Now this does not sound like a ship excursion. I could be wrong, it doesn't specifically say. It does sound like you booked this specifically with the hotel, which means Carnival is not responsible for what you paid. Carnival is not responsible for reimbursing you for an excursion you booked outside of the cruise lines. That's probably why they told you they couldn't compensate you for that. Had you booked it through the cruise lines, had it been canceled, they would have refunded you the cost of the excursion. But if you book on your own and the cruise ship cancels, it is then between you and who you booked with in order to get a refund. In this particular case, the hotel told them no. Again, not the cruise line's fault. So you should not expect compensation from Carnival. Itinerary changes are written into your contract. We've said it once, we said it twice, we've probably said it 100 times already. You do not get compensated for itinerary changes by the cruise lines. They're written in your contract, they can happen, and safety will always come first. If there's a storm coming and they have to leave, that's just the way it is, and that's what's going to happen. So, yep, they're going to go back out to sea, they're going to be safe, and obviously the casino's going to be open. The casino's open anytime they're at sea. They didn't go back to sea just to open up the casino, so. But you guys let me know what you think below. What do you guys think of this particular comment? Are they entitled to something? Are they not entitled to something? Do they know more than the captain and the ship should have just stayed there at port? I think that one's crazy, but again, you guys let me know what y'all think. Cereal. They serve it in the buffets, you can get it in the restaurants, whatever the case may be. Cereal is available on the cruise ships. Now, they don't have every single variety of cereal out there. It's a cruise ship. They're not going to have everything like a grocery store does. They have a decent little selection if you like cereal, but it wasn't enough for this cruise passenger. Let's take a look. When we were on the Spirit this week to go to Alaska, there were no cereal boxes. Also, my children were very upset. There was 0, the most popular children's cereal. No Count Chocula or no chocolate flavored Cheerios. I don't remember ever staying in a hotel or resort where these were not available for families. These cereal choices are a big deal in my house. Please add these cereals before our next cruise. Has anybody ever seen Count Chocula on a cruise ship? I don't know that that's one of the most popular ones you might actually see on a cruise ship. You may love it in your household, but I'm pretty sure I've never seen Count Chocula on a cruise ship. Two, it's been a while since I've seen cereal boxes on a cruise ship. Now, most of the time it comes in the dispenser, you go up with your bowl. Okay, but I have a very easy solution to help you out though. Very easy solution. You mentioned chocolate Cheerios. Well, I happen to know that the cruise ships serve Cheerios. I happen to know you can get chocolate milk in the buffet. What if, just thinking outside the box here, you put chocolate milk in your Cheerios and then you kind of get some chocolate Cheerios? Seems like a very easy solution to me, because your other option is to hold your breath and hope that the cruise lines change out their cereals and put chocolate cereals on there before your next cruise. Wouldn't count on that one too much. Your better option may be to bring your own cereal on board if that's what you absolutely have to have. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. How important is a cereal on board a cruise ship to your next cruise? And finally, Hurricane Ian. We know the hurricane came through the Caribbean, disrupted islands, disrupted cruise ship, closed cruise ports. It happens, and this is something that can happen during hurricane season. And if you sail during hurricane season, it is a risk that you take because, like we said earlier in our first comment, cruise ships are always going to do what is safest for the passengers, for the crew, and for the vessel before anything else. But this passenger doesn't necessarily agree with the way the cruise lines handle their hurricanes. I know a hurricane is not something Carnival controls, but we are stuck on the Paradise because Carnival did not plan for a contingency. Tampa is closed. Y'all have said that. Miami port for cruise ships is open, and so is Orlando. We have to get home. I am not the only one who is angry at the lack of planning. Trust me. We have to get back to work or we may lose our jobs. There is no communication on the ship about what is going to happen and no info on compensation. Is there enough food for all of us? Someone needs to get a grip. How much compensation will you give us for this lack of planning? Well, the answer to that is quite simple. The cruise lines don't have to give you any. Zippo, zero, zilch, read your contract. You're not entitled to a single dime of compensation. You chose to cruise during a hurricane. Now, Carnival did provide compensation for some of these folks. They did give them some onboard credit to spend for their extra time out at sea. They did. They didn't have to, but they did. So very nice for the cruise lines to do that. Cruise ships do keep extra days of food on board on purpose. They do plan for these types of eventualities. They know this can happen during hurricane season. Yes, they have planned for it. And they plan for these things the best that they can. Storms come, they go, they get stronger, they get weaker, they change directions. You can't plan for every single second of every single day when it comes to weather. Come on, this is common sense. People know this. And as a general rule, a cruise ship is not going to go to another port to disembark other than its home port unless it's 100% absolutely necessary. Okay? It is a logistical nightmare that if you follow cruising, you have seen this before. If a cruise ship has to go to another port, let's say you're supposed to go to Tampa, and they go drop you off in Miami, it can be a bit of a nightmare to get all of those passengers that need to get back to Miami because let's say they drove there, or back to Tampa because they drove there. That can be a nightmare versus staying out just a couple extra days and then going back to port. Now, I understand people need to get home. I understand people have to get back to work. Best suggestion for that is, look, if you cannot afford the extra days, you probably do not want to risk cruising during hurricane season because it is always a chance if you cruise in the Caribbean during hurricane season. Now, even if it's not hurricane season, no matter where you cruise, actually it's no matter where you vacation, there's always that chance that something can happen and keep you out a couple of days. So again, if you get stuck out a couple extra days, don't go looking for compensation from the cruise lines for something you agreed to before you ever got on the ship. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think of this type of situation? Me personally, I got a couple extra days on the cruise ship, and the Paradise, and specifically, well, she just hung out in Cozumel a SAR there. But how would y'all feel about a couple extra days on a cruise ship to avoid a storm? Let me know what you guys think. And that's going to be our video for today for what every cruiser wants. If you have enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Lets you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day and a really great weekend. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.